So the next project we're going to do is an end table made out of 2x4s. This is a really fun project. It's fairly simple, but it teaches you a bunch of new skills and techniques. There's different variations that you can do. This one's just 2x4s that are not burned. This one they took a torch to get this finish. And then this one here is just slightly less torched. They didn't burn it as much. So once we have the table built, we're going to need to put a finish on it. We'll use either a wipe-on poly or a spray-on poly. Another thing is, the reason we build these out of 2x4s to begin with is because it's really cheap and it allows you to learn the technique and mess up if you need to. Two 2x4s are about $6 total, so if you end up messing up on a cut, it's really easy to go back and really cheap to go back and fix it. Next we're going to talk about measurements and the layout. So for the first 2x4, we're going to cut 2 pieces at 24 inches, 2 pieces at 16 1/4, and 1 piece at 12. This comes out to around 93 inches, leaves you about 3 inches extra, so you have some play there in case you need to adjust these at all because of knots in the wood or things like that. Second piece, we're going to cut 3 pieces at 16 1/4 inches and 3 pieces at 12 inches. This should leave you just around a foot of extra room, so you have a little play there. Again, if you need to adjust because of knots in the wood or different flaws. So you only need 2 2x4s, but I brought this third one out to demonstrate what can be wrong with the board. You have a twist, which means the ends of the board are twisting in opposite directions. It can be bowed, which means the ends are coming up or bowing down, or it can be crowned, which means that the skinny part of the board is bent out or in. It can also be cupped, which means this section of the board is actually cupped along here. So we can fix some of those issues, but this board happens to have all 3. It's twisted, it's bowed, it's got a little bit of a crown, and it's got a cup on this end. So this one I'm actually going to just get rid of because it's got too many issues to start out with. This one, if you can see, has a fair amount of knots in it here. There's a couple here. So I'm not going to use this one for my legs. This one has got 1 knot here, but that's not bad and it's pretty straight. So I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to start and I'm going to measure to 48 1/2. Put a mark. I'm going to do the same on the second board. And then the reason I'm doing this is so that we have to run them through the joiner and the planer, and it makes them easier to run through. So now that we've marked them, we're going to go cut them on the chop saw. So I want to take a 1/16 off of each side of these 4 boards that I have here. So I set the planer to 1 1/2 inches minus the 1/16, and I'm going to run all 4 of them through. And then I'm going to take it up a 1/16, which is 1 full turn on this planer, and send them back through with the opposite side facing up. Okay, so now we've run our boards through the planer. We're going to bring them over here to the joiner and run both edges through. And one thing to remember is the critical part of running it through the joiner is making sure that the board is pressed against the fence as you're running it through.